A lot of Etsy sellers are going to stop shipping to Europe completely, and I get it why. There is a new EU packaging law that took into effect on August 12, 2026, and instead of dealing with it, they are choosing to just shut down the setting completely. But before you go and do that, I want to show you the actual numbers so you can make the informed decision of whether this is a good idea for you or not. Because for most shops, this isn't a reason to panic, it is a business decision. And the math is smaller than the scary posts making it sound. I've sold on Etsy since 2020 and I've helped build Listadum, so I read the actual regulation, all of it. But again, a disclaimer, I am not a lawyer, so this is an advice I synthesized from reading all the documents, and it will be available for you at the end of this video. So stay till the end because I'll show you the exact all-in-one cost for a small shop and the one move that lets you keep EU while skipping the countries that aren't worth it. Real quick, I'm Neha, I'm the co-founder of Listadum, and I help Etsy sellers handle exactly this kind of thing without the unnecessary fear. So here's the plan. Does it even hit your shop? What it really costs? And the real call. Is EU worth keeping or should you cut it out? Stick around till the middle. There's one number that most sellers get wrong, and it's the difference between few euros and a few hundred euros. So let's get into it. So first thing, before you even touch your shop settings, you need to find out, does it apply to you? Find out if this is even your problem, because it doesn't hit everybody the same way. So find your row. If you sell digital downloads, printables, patterns, files, you're fine. No box, nothing to do, no shipping. This just doesn't apply to you. 2, if you make print on demand. So second is if you use print on demand for your fulfillment. The good news is you are mostly covered. Your printer usually handle this for you, and if they don't, they should. You just add their number to Etsy and I'll show you where later. 3, you make it, you pack it, and you ship it yourself. This is the real one. Small handmade sellers, this one is on you, so keep watching. And here's the part that almost every scary post skips. Most of the rules that people are panicking about are not even live yet. The empty box rule is live in 2030. The recycled content rules also 2030. The recycled labeling 2028. So you have time. So the only piece that's real for you right now is the packaging EPR. So that's where we are going to spend our time in this video. So 90 seconds on what this actually is, because once it all makes sense, the fear drops and the decision actually becomes easy. The law is called Packaging and Packaging Waste Regulation, short for PPWR. It started on August 12, 2026, and one line clears up half of the confusion. This is not a product safety law. That one is GPSR. GPSR is about your product being safe. PPWR is about the box and the wrap it ships it in. 2 different laws. So why is EU doing this? Is it just red tape? No, and I want to be fair here because it matters. So this is a part of a bigger green push to cut packaging waste and actually recycle most of it. Right now they are projecting a certain levels they need to reach by certain timeline for actually making this planet better. So it's not a bad thing. So packaging is huge in Europe. It eats up about 40% of all the plastic and half the paper used across Europe. And most of it gets binned after one use. That is what they are trying to avoid. So in a grand scheme of things, this is a good thing. EU isn't the villain here. It just lands on us Etsy sellers as one more admin job and some cost associated with it. And there's a second reason that actually helps you. Until now, every country had actually their own rule book and guidelines that you needed to follow. This one regulation replaces all that mess with a single EU-wide system, so it's actually better for you. Annoying to set up once, but easier to live with it after. And this is where Etsy sellers assume they are covered, but they really are not. You've probably seen a note on your Etsy order saying Etsy collected VAT. That note is about import VAT, not the EPR packaging. Etsy collects the VAT, it gives you the IOSS number, and if you buy Etsy shipping labels, Etsy handles the custom part too. So Etsy does a lot for you, and that's exactly where people trip. Because Etsy quietly handles VAT, people just assume Etsy is going to handle this for them, but it does not touch EPR packaging. So if you look in your shop manager, there is an extended producer responsibility panel for France, Germany, and Spain. Most sellers open this and see no details have been added and close it again because they don't think it matters. Not until now, at least. Etsy is asking for a number because that is their responsibility, but almost no one answers it. So what's that number? Here is GPR in simple plain English. If you send a packaging to a country, you pay a small yearly fee to help recycle it. You register with that country's scheme, then register and pay. So this isn't new. Germany has asked this till 2022 and France asked it too. This new law, PPR just spread it and made marketplaces check it. Now I'm not going to pretend that this is a breezy afternoon. Here are the catches. France has no small seller exemption. Every foreign seller registers no matter how tiny. If you made 5 sales or 5,000, you are same for France. Germany wants you registered from your very first order to a German buyer. So from 12th August, a non-EU seller has to appoint EU representative, has to appoint a local authorized representative in each country. And that's the piece that adds cost. It covers 27 countries. And Etsy only collects your number. You still register your number, join the scheme, and pay the country. So what if you just skip it? Marketplaces have to check your registration. So the normal enforcement isn't a giant fine. It's your sales to that country getting paused until you comply. How? Because Etsy and other platforms they are just going to stop showing your listings until all your information is there. Okay, not to mention the big fines do exist. France is up to 30,000 euros and Germany, it can go up to 100,000 euros. But that is for repeat offenders, not tiny shops selling few packages here and there. So, okay, this is the part that most scary posts get wrong. And if you remember one section, make it this one. Here's the reassuring truth. You actually only register where you ship. Nobody is going to register in all 27. It's just not worth it. The recycling fees itself is usually tiny, usually like a few cents per parcel. What you really pay for is the yearly scheme fee and the representative if you are outside of EU. So rough all in for a small seller. Germany is almost free to do it yourself. The register is free and a small dual system license starts around 39 euros a year, which is nothing. France is about 190 euros a year with a representative. The pricey ones, Spain and Austria, can run around about 1,000 euros per year each. So here's the honest man, and this is where it becomes actually a business strategy decision rather than panic. If you ship mostly to Germany and France, it's probably worth registering because you're looking at just a few hundred euros a year, which is just cost of doing business, not the thousands that the post imply. So look at your own numbers and see actually how many sales did EU bring you last year. If EU is a real chunk of your sales, then a few $100s to keep it running is actually not a bad deal. But if you actually just got 3 orders from Spain, paying 800 euros to keep it running makes no financial sense. I break down every one of these rule changes in plain English. So if that helps, stick around, give a follow, because a lot of Etsy sellers think the fix is simple, just turn off EU. But it's not that clean. Here's what most people miss about Etsy. Etsy doesn't give you a clean way of switching off a particular country. So say if you decide to skip Spain and an order comes from a Spanish buyer, what do? Now you have to cancel that order by hand. It's not like, hey Etsy, I don't do that. Please cancel my order. That's a refund, a disappointed buyer, and a ding on your shop. The other option is the worst. Leave the international shipping on, but don't add any EPR info. And Etsy can just stop showing your listings to those buyers. So either way, it costs you sales. There is no perfect, clean opt-out method here, which is exactly why this is a decision, not a reflex. You are not choosing between deal with it or escape it for free. You are choosing which countries are worth the small fee and which ones you need to cap. So the smart move is not really about, hey, drop the EU. It's keeping the countries that actually pay and capping the ones which don't. And here's how you set it up. Digital downloads, you have nothing to do, skip ahead. Print on demand, people. If one partner prints and ships and fulfills everything for you, that partner is most probably registered. Use their packaging number. You don't register yourself. You don't need to. So Printful, Printify, Gelato all have their numbers. Use their Lucid numbers, add it to your Etsy shop under the finances and then legal and tax information. So 2 catches, their orders obviously only cover the orders they ship. So if you use 2 partners or ship some yourself, those are back on you. Etsy kind of just lets you put one field, you can't put multiple. And they confirm this very clearly for Germany. Check France and Italy if they are actually big for you. Grab the current number from their help page before you actually use it. Now the real one, you make it and you ship it yourself. The regulation counts you as a producer even from outside of EU. Start with Germany and France as your primary countries. So route 1 is register yourself. It's free to start. Germany, register for a Lucid number. Join a dual system like Reclay or other ones. Report your amounts and report it to Etsy. Small shops only report once a year. For France, you will sign up for an eco organization, usually CTO. Get your unique number, pay the small eco contribution, paste it in. And remember, since 12th of August 2026, a non-EU seller also needs a representative in each country. And that is around 190 euros a year. That is route 2. Route 2 is pay a service to do it all for you. And sadly, not all of these forms are in English. An EPR service registers, files, and acts as your representative for a yearly fee. And that is what a lot of buyers pick because that is the easy route. Route 3 is buy packaging that is already EU compliant. It helps, but it only covers the packaging itself, not your duty as a producer. It's a head start, but it will not get you out. You still need the representatives and everything. So 2 small things that people overthink, and both are easier than what the rumors say. First, what to print on the box. So there is no single EU label yet. They have yet to come up with like a single system for all the countries. It's expected around 2028, so don't wait on it. There is no rush. Everywhere, the safe default is the material code, and that is a little number in the triangle like 20 PAP for cardboard. Free, understood across Europe, and never wrong. France also needs a Tryman and Info Try label in French from CTO. Italy wants a small Italian disposal line, Spain a Spanish one. Germany and most others, nothing special to print. And skip the QR codes. The regulation makes it optional. I have this package from Printify, and if you notice, like they already have these things already incorporated. So yeah, the situation is not as bad as you think. Now, the second rule is the box rule. Your box cannot be more than half empty. That's real, but it's the 2030 rule, not right now. And a bubble wrap and paper counts as empty space, not filler. Right size anyway, small boxes anyways cost you less to ship. They do say that you can put necessary packaging for safety of your product. That's covered, but anything like extra space, they want you to get rid of it. And yes, that's the money side of this whole decision. Every packaging free, every new country quietly eats up your profits. So before you commit to a country, you actually need to do some math and see what that order really nets you. So this is where I use our Etsy fee calculator. It's a free tool. You can use it. Link is in the description to actually understand what really are you going to take home on this particular order. It's just a tool. It makes it fast. So right, the thing I promised at the start, the exact all-in cost and the move to keep EU without all the expensive countries. Ship mostly to Germany and France, budget a few €100 a year total. Germany can be nearly free. France earns about 190 euros a year with a representative. And the move is this, you don't drop the whole EU, you only pay for what makes you money, not all 27 countries. You keep it cheap, only high volume countries that can actually pay, Germany and France, and you cap the pricey ones like Spain and Austria, especially if it only brings you a handful of orders. So choose your markets, the cost will follow the map you draw. So is EU worth it? For most shops, yes. For 1 or 2 countries that actually pay you, register for those. Register those, print a material code, and get back to making. And if you want this whole thing on paper before you decide, we turn it into a one free plain English guide. The cost for each EU country, the printing labels you need, what are their definitions, the links you need to register yourself, and a whole lot of information. Link is in the description, and if this helped, follow along so the next breakdown helps you. Please tell me in the comments how you are handling it. Are you stressed? Are you going to turn off Europe or not? What is your strategy? Follow Listadum for more insights. See ya.